Alright, happy Friday Eve. Iann Dior's I'm Gone. This album is one for TikTok.
It's a TikToker's album?
Definitely a TikToker's album.
Alright.
For example, Pretty Girls. I'm going to skip in just a little bit on that. This is the second track. I'm skipping in 15 seconds.
Why you always hit my line with the same old line? Pretty girls wanna
Sounds
have
like-
fun. Get drunk, get fucked up. Why you hit my line? Always talking about the
Wait, who does that sound like?
times on the day that you were brainless. One of a kind is what you had me thinking you were out of my mind. And the truth hurt. So I can't lie.
So you can see it's very catchy. That's pretty much all it is. Like, pretty girls get drunk, get fucked up. It's very relatable and can be used in many different ways. That's pretty much the whole album right there. Similar to Joey Trap last week, Ian spends the smallest amount of time on verses as possible because that's not where the money is made. This entire project is the definition of cookie cutter. For almost every single song, he's created a catchy melody for the chorus, used lyrics that are relatable but broad, just to reach as many different subgenres of TikTokers as possible. I notice as well that he seems to go out of his way bending rhymes and whatnot just to mention current popular things, such as Netflix.
Ooh.
Obviously, Netflix has been around for a while and will be around for much longer, but that's something you'd be able to make a TikTok about. It's 100% a cash grab, just trying to get viral. I even did some little calculations on how much time he spends on his
Your
choruses.
little calculator.
Out of the 21-minute runtime, he spends just over 15 minutes on choruses. So that's less than 6 minutes for a verse.
There you go.
Whereas rap, it used to be mainly verses, just with like maybe a 4-line, 8-line chorus, and then it's back into the verses again. So that's 72% of this album is chorus. I compared this with the chorus man, Tory Lanez.
Yep.
Out of 44 minutes on the New Toronto 3, he spends 18 minutes on choruses and 25 on verses, meaning he only spends just under 42% of his time on choruses, much smaller than 72%.
I can do math. I do believe that is correct.
Now, I used Tory Lanez because they were both a very similar genre, both trap, neither of them displaying any real emotion or introspectiveness, and both of them use bought beats. Just to make the water completely clear, I used percentages so that the length of the albums... You alright, mate?
Go on.
The fish is getting to you.
Mate, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so that the lengths of the albums shouldn't be an issue. And after thinking about it a little bit more, I thought about The Weeknd. He spends a lot of time on choruses,
Fair.
like for very different reasons, to be fair, but just for a bit of fun, let's compare that. If you want to find out more about The Weeknd's album as well, check out our review.
Yep.
Link will be down below. I thought I would compare Ian to old Abel. The Weeknd spent just under 76% of his time on choruses in After Hours. Ian spent 72%. So a very small difference there, but the quality was nowhere near the same level. There was no message whatsoever. And although the choruses are catchy, if you don't have the depth there, if you haven't spent the time weaving the song together with the softest cotton, it will fall apart after a couple of listens.
Oh, the softest cotton.
Only being a short album too, just over 20 minutes, it's not long until you have to hit that replay button again, and the tracks just don't have the sustainability. I will admit though, there was an outlier, and that would be Sick and Tired. I actually do like that song. It features Travis Barker and the rap god killer, MGK himself.
Oh, got him.
I will play that a little bit because I do like it. It's got a very like 90s pop rock type vibe. So it's refreshing to listen to, but it does still get boring after a while because that's the only thing it has to offer, that it's different. The choruses, the lyrics are all pretty much the same. It repeats itself and it has no emotion or anything in there. But yeah, it's not too bad. But talking about tracks with features as well, there were only 2. This one and the very last track, which I will play in a little bit. It does not fit together at all. I think that would be a pretty difficult thing to do. I'll play it now. It's called Prospect by Iann Dior, featuring Lil Baby. So how do you make a generic trap song not fit on a generic trap album? Somehow the man's done it.
Somehow, my man's just pulled it out.
The beat's not bad, but you can tell it's bought. You can tell Ian does not care what the beat is. He's going to do the same flow.
I feel like I'm in like Japan or something. Like I'm in
Yeah,
some sort of...
like Japanese garden.
Yeah.
It's a lovely beat. I really like it, and I feel like someone else could have done it much more justice. But like I could just tell that Ian doesn't care what the beat is. That's what he's written, so that's what he's going to rap.
Yeah, fair.
And yeah, Lil Baby doesn't fit on there either. It's just, yeah.
Baby's just out there cashing, isn't he?
He really is everywhere right now. Yeah, it doesn't match with the beat. It doesn't match with the rest of the album. I don't know, it's just weird. I don't know what I expected with the name Iann Dior, but it's getting a 2 out of 10 from me.
10. Goodness me, Ian, pick your game up, son.
That only comes from sounding good on a surface level. Like, it's not a Lil Xan creaking door situation. It does actually sound pleasing.
Right.
But that's the only thing that this album is offering.
There you go.
So, 2 out of 10. Sorry, Ian. Maybe next time.
Maybe another day, my man.
So, be sure to check us out tomorrow, because we have the quiz. And this time, you'll bring the punishment. I'm quite worried. I'm hoping I can bag it up like last week.
Well, you didn't bag it up. You lost.
No, you're tired.
Yeah,
That's a bag to me.
get your bag, son. Right.
Check us out then. That's a wrap.